Can you actually believe I'm back on camera? Welcome back, guys. I know it's been a longer time since my last video, like around 6 weeks or so, but a lot has been going on and I'm here to tell you everything today. So this is kind of a catch-up video, and if you don't know me by now, hi, I'm Julie. Here we're talking about lifestyle, tips, sports, and fashion in general. Hope you will like it and don't forget to subscribe. So exciting updates, a lot of things has changed, as much as me living in the south right now and being completely blinded by the sun. So I'm not gonna wait, let's get into it. First of all, as you may have seen it, I went back to my natural color. Like, whoa, like, is this even Julie? Like the Julie we're knowing? Because I'm not sure about it. So to be honest, this decision was so hard. I've been struggling for years to know if I should go back to my natural color or just stay with the blonde, like the crazy blonde I always had. I think 4 to 5 years. And really, when I say I struggle, I really did. I took the step because I really thought, okay, now I'm really moving from where I was. And of course, I could have found a new hairdresser or something. But I don't know, like I just saw it like a new refreshment and maybe like, okay, Julie, now you have to do something so that it's kind of more natural and you don't always have like, you know, the growns and everything. But at the same time, it was so complicated because when I changed to blonde, it was really a time for me that was really crucial. So I changed my whole personality at this moment. 4 to 5 years ago, I really became the Julie that I am today. And so I kind of associated that with it. So really, my mindset changed completely. I became even more sporty. I really loved living how I was, how sporty I am, my mindset in general, and everything that revolved around it. Everybody, including myself, always found that being blonde just made me like, you know, the real life Barbie, but like in a good way. That was kind of like giving sunnier vibes, and then I was always like, I don't know, like too much smiling, and I really was afraid, to be really honest, that it would kind of like disappear if I would not be blonde. And the way that it really was the peak of my personality, and then it would just, you know, like go back. So of course I knew it would be me still, but I don't know, it was just too correlated together. So what I did is that I returned to my natural color until almost like here or something. And so progressively it's going into a blonde that you can maybe really see now because of the sunlight, but it is not as blonde as it was. So maybe you will think it right now because you see it in the sunlight, but this is really a big major change for me. And to be honest, it's been almost 2 months and I still struggle with it sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this really me? Is this really what I want to like transfer as vibes? But I try to get used to it and careful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful or anything, but I don't know, sometimes I really feel like, you know, like Julie, like the sunlight is not really as much as sunlight anymore, because like this was just brightening on my face and everything, and like being blonde was my whole personality and everybody knew me as the blonde Julie, whatever. I just knew that one day I would have to take kind of the step back and go back to my natural color, and this is also what I wanted kind of like for my hair and everything, even though they were in good conditions. And so I was really like, okay Julie, you know what, new chapter, new hair color, like this could go together. Do I like it? I don't know, but this is it, like this is the new chapter anyways. But so I already spoiled the biggest change, but I moved to Nice in the south of France. I don't know if you remember this video, but so I'm grateful, and I know I will be studying in Nice next year. So in September I will move to Nice, so the French Riviera. I was accepted into a Master's of Business Engineering and Business Development in Nice, France. And also into different masters too, but this is the one I picked. And to be completely honest, I only applied in 2 cities, so Annecy and Nice. And also only in 3 masters in general in Nice and 1 in Annecy, because I was so confident about them that I was like, okay, you know what, just let's try. And I got accepted into all of them. And I'm really proud to say that, because these are masters where it's actually really complicated to get in. As a reference, there are 500 to 600 persons that apply for my masters where I'm in right now, and only 24 made it out. So I am one of the 24. I always dreamt about living in the south of France, especially at the Côte d'Azur. And so I'm so grateful and so happy for that. Of course, I worked a lot to get into this master's too. So I'm proud of myself. It was still a hard decision, since you know that I am long distance with my boyfriend again. So my boyfriend is living in NC since almost a year now, and I always wanted to move there even before meeting him, so it was just a great coincidence. And I 100% want to go back there, like, to work after my master's. And so the decision was like, am I kind of like leaving him into long distance again? And like not doing my contacts there, or what am I doing? And at some point I just thought, okay Julie, let's do it that way. Pro academic year, I have one internship to do from February to like June, July, and I can do it everywhere I want. So I thought, you know what, let's move to the Côte d'Azur for like the classes, school, everything, and then when you have your internship you can just do it there. So I'm kind of doing it like 50-50, you know. And I hope this can be a lesson for you too, that you always have to follow your dreams, no matter how complicated it is. And if your people are somewhere, you still have to go follow your dreams first. And of course, because I got this question a lot of times, yes, my boyfriend is totally supporting me in this. And as much as it can be difficult from time to time, he really is happy to see me here and being myself happy here. So I know that a lot of people are not really happy with Nice because people there can be really rude and do not really like to be friends with you. But I just love the sightseeing and the life there in general. I can go out every morning and just go to the beach before like going to classes or to work or whatever. I see the beach at least 5 times a week. The sea breeze, the sun, the energy, it's just me. And honestly, I feel so alive here. It's magical. So of course, new city, new apartment. As you can see, this is a total new scenery for you. So I got a new apartment that is way bigger than the ones that I had before. As I always said before, I really wasn't concerned about having a big flat because I was really never there, and I went home almost every weekend or were somewhere else. But now that it is not the case anymore, even though I'm still here and there all the time, and I'm really not that often into this apartment since in the south we kind of like live outside. And so I took a way bigger flat with around 53 square meters. So I have a whole room for the kitchen, a whole room for my bedroom, a whole room for the living room that I actually call my Pilates room, because I'm never really into a living room since I don't watch TV, and if I do it on my projector and mostly in my bedroom. So I have a big room only for my Pilates and yoga practices. As I visited the flat for the first time, I really went into this room and I was like, whoa, like I can see myself doing Pilates and yoga here all the time, and this is what I'm doing since I'm here. So like, big dream coming true. The apartment is so well located. I only walk 1 minute to the transports. I can walk to school in less than 15 minutes, and I can do so many things. There are a lot of shops around here. Everything is just perfect, to be honest. And also, one of the best things ever is that my apartment is actually on 3 sides of the building. So here I have the sun in the afternoon, so I can suntan in my living room or my little balcony. But in the other rooms, the sun is not directly going in, so it really stays chilly. And actually, that's cool because the sun here is not joking. I'm really glad to say I really love my apartment, and it's just so comfortable to go home. I always arrange my other apartments so that they were cozy and chill, but it really wasn't the same since they were really smaller. So at some point, you know, you cannot just spend like whole weekends and holidays or whatever and invite a bunch of friends in them because it just feels too small. But here it's just something different. I can invite family and friends over, and it's also better because I work a lot from home, and so I can just like, you know, change rooms and not associate my bedroom with everything else. Because when you associate being in your bed with working and everything else and sleeping, you will really struggle sleeping in your bed at some point. So as I mentioned before, I got into a new school too. So it's the Masters in Business Engineering and Development. To be honest, my classmates are really nice. I already got friends with most of them, and we meet a lot even after and outside of school. A lot of people in my class are really motivated or already had some professional experiences, so they have a lot of knowledge or things to discuss about. So everything's nice. And the last peak update is I started a new sports, and it is a real dance. I started it through my school, and honestly, it is incredible. It kind of is a mix of strength, creativity, and grace. It can be really scary at first when you just hang on the line and you have to like jump and everything and like be in the air, and you can really not like control the things. And sometimes when you're like upside down or leaning or whatever, it's just really hard to kind of like know where you are in the space at the moment. So definitely there's a lot to learn, and I know as good as I could be at sports, this will not be there in like 2 months. And this is not even my goal, but I really wanted to try something new, kind of like challenge myself, and why not meet new people. So I practice this at least once a week, and it already is kind of a thing where I'm like so excited about, like, oh my gosh, tomorrow I have a real dance. Oh my gosh, in 3 days I have a real dance, you know? So yeah, a lot of changes, but all for the best. It's only been 6 weeks that I'm here, but Nice already feels like home so much. I've been away for 1 weekend and I already felt like, oh my gosh, I need to go home, like go home to Nice. I just love being able to do my sports outside, go for walks whenever I want because it's almost never raining in here, feeling the sun every day, and actually just live a life that is aligned with who I am. I'm also working on some important projects for my life and some new ideas that I cannot share with you right now, but you will know as soon as everything is officially done. So thank you a lot for being patient with me. I never stopped doing content on Instagram, but I really miss doing even more content for like TikTok and YouTube. But this break really helped me to come back with my energy and inspirations. And also I didn't want to sell something I was not sure about, like not come into Nice and be like, oh hey, my life is perfect, and then in like 2 to 3 weeks be like, oh my gosh, I actually don't like it there. Because you know, the authentic queen is still me. But I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so happy to have you back with me. So stay tuned and I will see you in the next video. And of course, I wish you the best day ever.